What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of For the Culture. We are live here. I got the lovely lady, Miss Tiffany.
Hey, y'all.
Best co-host in the world. We here interviewing a very special guest, Miss Syrea Brown, actress, model, entrepreneur. And you keep adding on. But, so, like I said, very special guest. Just want everybody to know that I have never met this lady before. So we about to find out a whole bunch of fresh information. If y'all want to know something, hey man, let's get it on and popping. So first off, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. How about that?
Well, I guess I'll start from the beginning and just kind of skip through some stuff. I was born and raised in Suitland, Maryland. I moved down to Browns Road actually 7th grade because my parents had separated. But once I hit high school, I got into the VPA program, so I still went to Suitland.
Okay.
Suitland High School. And that's when I found theater and I loved it.
Hold on, did you go to Suitland from Charles County?
From Charles County.
Damn.
I used to take, me and my sister would take Allentown Road past Friendly and Crossland, the back road to Suitland every morning.
Okay. Get the system, huh?
Hey, once you're in the VPA program though, you have to audition. You could live anywhere.
Okay.
And come if you're in that special program. Okay. So me and my sister had to audition. She did music and I did theater.
Okay.
So I ended up graduating from Lackey because my senior year was rough. My mother came to come bring me a new car to surprise me, and I was down in Forest Creek getting high. So my mother said, "Anna, you're coming back down Charles County."
Right.
And I ended up graduating from Lackey. Graduated, at the time I didn't want to go to college. I went to go stay with my boyfriend down there on 3rd Street, just that whole ordeal.
Okay.
And then, I got my life right, and then here I am. But I have an 11-year-old daughter, okay, and she's my everything.
That's your only child?
It's my only child. And then I have 3 nephews and 1 niece. They like my babies. Those are my babies.
You want more kids?
No.
Boy,
Absolutely not.
No people that want to get rid of them. Just let me know.
No.
Dogs, anything. We got people trying to get rid of them.
No, I take care of kids during the week. And then I send them home to their mammies.
Okay.
No, my daughter 11, she do everything for herself. So no more kids for me. I don't want to start back over.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, here I am now. I started a YouTube series about 6 years ago. Mike Brooks, the comedian, approached me and asked me did I want to do it. And I did it, and it kind of took off from there. Got me an acting coach. I wanted to do it the right way. I knew I was a natural talent, but I wanted to perfect it.
Right.
And
so when did you start acting?
I started,
right,
so I started acting at Suitland.
Right, okay.
But because I hung out with a bad crowd, I didn't pursue it.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do it no more because all I wanted to do was just get high and drink. But once I had my daughter, my life kind of came into formation. So about 6 years ago, I got back into it.
Okay.
Because I started going to Mike Brooks comedy shows down there. Off of Brinkley Road, that club, I think it's called X4B now. We used to go to comedy in the basement, and then we used to go see Jump. Up top.
Yeah, everybody
yeah.
Yeah, bringing memories back.
Yeah. And so once Mike got to know me, he was like, "Yo, you got the personality to be in my series." He also did Real Housewives of Benton Road, and that was real big because he also had the guy Pinky from Friday in it.
Right.
Clifton Powell.
Right.
So
when I first heard about it, I was like, that's a joke. Like,
me too. I thought it was a joke.
Everybody thought it was a joke. Everybody thought it was a joke.
That's real.
It's real.
Yeah.
He made it a comedy, and it spun off real good. So then when he came up with another series, The Circle of Love, that's when I jumped on board, and that took off too.
Right.
Because a lot of his fans from Real Housewives of Benton Road came over, and that series, we had 5 seasons. It went on for a long time. And I used to get recognized when they had the Wild Wingery up here in Waldorf. Oh God, I couldn't go nowhere without, you the girl from a circle. I go to the food line and still get recognized. Yeah. So it's a good feeling. So once I got the acting coach, once I got in it, I perfected my craft, and what I did was I started applying to bigger things. I did ID Channel, BET, and I've done some small movies in the area, but now I'm into theater. I've been doing a lot of plays lately, which
Yeah.
I don't mind.
I actually seen the cookie lime drink. I like that drink. You know?
That drink was, look, that is one of my favorites. I was on set for the ID channel when I did Nightmare Next Door. And
so Raji, but watch out, I seen this drink right here was on the hook.
I had a girl on set was like, oh my God, you the girl from Empower.
Yeah.
You played Taraj, you played Cookie.
Right. Go check that out, Empower on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a lot of views. But he wanted me to just be funny and embody. Comedy is my thing though.
Right.
I'm trying to get more serious roles. I'm trying to take away from that. Because you want to expand, you know what I'm saying? But, and I don't want to get typecast.
Right.
You know, like Regina King, I know she got typecast when she did Poetic Justice, Boys in the Hood.
Right.
And she approached her management, was like, look, I want to broaden, yeah.
Right.
And they weren't with it. So that's why you kind of didn't see her. She did like 227 for a while, and she was in the ghetto movies, and then, I mean, now she's back. She won an Oscar, I believe, but so it can't happen.
So that is it a battle trying to get those different roles? I mean, especially like trying to, you know, pursue, like, I understand, you know, it's like with black women being, you know, in that field. Is it as hard as what people say?
It is.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I'm a black female, and as a black woman, we're already stereotyped as having that black girl attitude, or being ghetto, being this. And once I started doing a circle of love, I was that girl. I was the girl that would pop off. So when people see me from there, they be like, oh, I want you to be in my skit. I want you to be in my series. And they always wanted me to do the same thing. Actually, when I did the play at First Baptist Church of Glen Arden, Christmas play, he wanted me to be the thief. And the thief is like the female hustling in Bethlehem and all that.
Right.
And I'm just like, I want y'all to see me more than just this. Because I almost feel like I'm being myself, and I want people to know, like, I really can act.
Right. So that's natural for you to be the ghetto superstar, right?
It's too natural. It's like me being myself. I had my first role doing something different in a play. A couple of years ago I did. It's actually coming back in May. He didn't change the name, What Will It Take? Where I played a detective, and she was like the detective in the neighborhood that didn't take no shit. So I liked that because I was serious, and I had to be, you know, and I was very educated. So that kind of made me feel like, okay. So then that's when I started picking up other roles.
So you gotta do research when you playing somebody different.
You know it. Yeah. Oh, you want it. You do. You really do. I when he wanted me for the detective role, I actually went to go watch some episodes of y'all was a detective show, SVU or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And I went to go watch people, because that is a part of the craft. Like, you know, when you get a role, get into it. So that helped me.
Right.
But yeah, that was fun. But yeah, like I got my play on Saturday at Crossland High School, and I am playing the typical type, and people love it.
That's this Saturday?
That's this Saturday coming at Crossland High School. We got 2 shows, 12 and 6.
How can they get their tickets if they want to see you?
Yes. So if you want your tickets, so I don't know the Eventbrite, like y'all. Don't judge me. And then my director was watching this. He'd be like, "Come on now." It's on my page though. But I have tickets, so you know, Julie's done already plugged me. Y'all can follow me and come on, and I'll meet you anyway to come bring you some tickets. Tickets are $20.
Okay, that's what's up.
And I promise you won't be disappointed. When I tell you it's a good play, it's really, really good.
Okay, we're gonna have to check this. So it's 2 shows. What time?
12 p.m. and 6 p.m. On Saturday across my high school.
All right.
Yep.
Now, how could other people get themselves involved in the acting field?
If you want to I would say the first thing to do is find a coach. Find an acting coach.
Right.
My acting coach was my guiding light. So find you an acting coach. I'm going to plug my acting coach. I haven't been to him in a couple of years, but we still keep in contact because I was one of his first students. Mark McKinnon. He's one of the biggest in this area. He, like I said, he was a guiding light because then he'll tell you what to do after that. And the very next thing he told me to do was to get headshots. Once you get hit, and you got to know, and then he'll help you to identify what your brand is. Everybody got to know what their brand is.
Right.
You got to know. You can't.
I can't be you, you can't be me, right?
Exactly. I can't walk into an audition and say I want to play a single white female. Like, but that's just an example. Like, you gotta know your brand. you know, I knew my brand. I knew I could play like that single mother, a little rough around the edges, like that old Jada Pinkett kinda.
Right.
And but trying to get out of that life and trying to be more serious. So that was more of my brand. It still kind of is. So once you find your acting coach, that acting coach will lead you from there. That's what
I mean, to me, it's like even having a coach on a football team. You can't just find any coach, though, right?
Exactly. Do y'all know that Denzel Washington to this day still takes acting classes? So I had a lot of people approaching me like, girl, you a natural. Why you doing acting classes? Let me tell you something. You can never get too big or too broad to not take in some knowledge or to stay even updated on your craft.
Right.
Ever. Nobody is ever too big for that. So I said, no, I do it because he teaches me different techniques and all this. And actually, when I first auditioned in front of him and showed him my monologue, and I was like, yeah, I'm the Superman, I did theater, everybody tell me I'm a natural, I did my monologue. He was like, yeah, you all right. You need some tweaking now. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I just, you know.
So there's always room to get better, right?
Always wrong.
Right.
In anything you do, always wrong.
Right.
Always.
Right, so I mean, you take, critique like compliments and.
I sure do.
Okay.
I definitely do. You got to know when your critiques are constructive. You'll know the difference. You know, I feel like they come with age and just getting to know people, different people. You know, I've gotten advice from certain people, and I'm just like. But when you know somebody's coming from and we talked about this when we first, had met. When you know somebody is genuine, I don't care what type of critique it is, you'll know it's constructive. When they got your best interest, at heart. Right. So you just gotta know, cause you got some fake prophets out there.
Yeah, definitely. Now you also got what you was telling me. Nah, that's not my baby, but you got the garage talk going on.
Dude.
Right? So I watched a couple episodes of that. You got your co-host.
We ain't like y'all. Let's be clear. Okay, we are not on for the culture's level. I come in here and I feel like I'm on set. I'm like, excuse me, am I in shows? I'm in Hollywood. Where am I? Nah, for real. Like, yeah, it started off as kind of like a joke. You know what I'm saying? Because me and my brother-in-law used to sit in the garage and we see life so different, so we would debate. So somebody said, man, y'all should put a camera out here and just go at it. So it's kind of like how I started. People like it, they love it. Like I was telling you on the phone, garage talk is that I love garage talk because I love how people love that I just speak truth, and that's where I really feel like I can be myself.
Right.
But I do. But acting is my first passion. But everybody keep trying to steer me. You should do hosting or you should do like podcast work. I'm like,
yeah, I like the show. Yeah, I like the show.
Y'all understand?
Energy, so
y'all don't understand. I get shy when I go live.
Right.
When I hit the stage or that camera turns on when I'm filming, I turn into another person. But I'm really shy. People don't know that I'm shy.
We wouldn't be able to tell.
I know. It takes a little sweet.
What's that we drinking? Because we.
Let me just say this.
Because I don't know how to pronounce that.
They can invite me back anytime. Julius asked me what I drank yesterday. I have to put this in. And I told him, look, I'm a wino. First thing he threw out was Moscato. I'm like, I want to say, Julius, I ain't no 20-year-old. Like, I drank that when I was 20.
I don't know wine, man.
That backyard bad sweet shit. No, I was like, give me.
I had to go in there and I had to show him the name. Like, look, let me get this right here. He said the name. I was like, yeah, whatever you just said. However you just said. Right, you know what I mean?
Nah, I didn't. I used to drink Moscato a lot, but Pinot Grigio is just like a semi-sweet. So I come here and I got my cupcake Pinot Grigio. Okay. So that's my favorite.
All right. I won't be tasting that.
It's so good.
Yeah. Did you want? I take some Syrup. That's all. As far as like the garage stuff, is that weekly or how is that?
It is weekly. We started it a little over a year ago, and we fell off like after a couple of months. My brother-in-law, he got married to my sister, of course, and then had a baby. So he works 2 jobs, so his schedule was all over the place. Right. But now we're back in it.
I like his energy too. I like his style. Yes. Y'all compliment each other.
We definitely do. Yeah. He's hilarious without even being funny.
Yeah.
So we do it every Wednesday. We just go live, and he set us up a YouTube. That Bama always late.
Oh really? Oh really? He always late?
That Bama always late.
Wow. I don't even know how that feeling is. Everybody here is always on time.
He trying to throw shots.
But when she came in, she was ready. Yo, B, I come in and just still be like, I be like.
She always ready. That's not, she always ready.
No,
It's always like a half hour late, 45 minutes late. Then she called me like, it's an accident on Allentown Road. Why are you on Allentown Road?
Now he is
It be like that. I be treating him like I try to be like 5 minutes late. Come here, man.
Better late than never.
Better late than never.
We get started when she get there. That's why we always late with the live.
Yeah, my shout out to my what is his name? Brandon B. Moore, something on Facebook and all that. He's always late, and then when he gets there, he just act like he don't care. He dragging his feet. And I be like,
that's his personality. I like that. Yeah, like he just sit back like that.
Yeah, like and then he get there complaining, yeah, why that ain't set up? Help me, nah.
Right, yeah.
He does a little better, but what I do is I get my sister to get on.
Right. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I know how that is. That pillow talk. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's up. Now, I do know that one of the episodes I want to get into this. One of the episodes y'all was talking about the whole Nipsey Hussle situation. So what's your feelings on that?
I have to say that when last Sunday when it happened, I came downstairs and my sister told me, because I hadn't been on social media the whole day, I didn't believe it. So I told her, so I went out to my garage and I went to go look it up and I seen it. But once I got more details, of course, when it first happened, I knew, I'm gonna be honest, and I was very honest on my garage talk, I didn't know Nipsey's music.
Right.
I didn't know him through Lauren London either though, but I knew about his work in the community, and I knew that he had a documentary with Dr. Stevie that he was getting ready to work on to break down about the whole court cases he had. So I felt like the conspiracy theorist. I was like, damn, the government killed my man. Like, cause I had started following him after I knew about what he was doing. And then once more details started coming out, and then, we found out that it's a guy that actually knew him and grew up in the same neighborhood. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And some people be like, oh, well, they're famous, you don't know them. Nipsey's death, it hurt me.
Right.
And then it is frustrating because, it's so frustrating because we are our own worst enemy, and that's the way they want it, and that's what frustrates me.
Right.
So it hurt me. This man was a father, a son, a grandson, everything, a brother. And he was, not to take anything away from somebody that's not doing anything, that nobody deserves an untimely death like he got, but it hurt for Nip. Because when I found out, even dug deeper into him this week, how he was employing some of the homeless and some of the young guys from fresh out of jail, he was employing them in his businesses. This man was doing amazing things.
Right, he was.
So hurt. God, I'm like, hurt is what I feel, and I feel like it's a lot of work that has to be done in the community. And I feel like his killer was a hater.
Yeah.
Definitely a hater.
Misunderstanding.
You said a misunderstanding?
Yeah, I don't call them haters. I just think they, people that,
it's a misunderstanding.
It's always a miscommunication.
So what do you think the miscommunication was?
To me, I really don't know. And like I say to everybody else, don't get it twisted. I understand the loss of life. But we got people out here dying every day. So when Nipsey Hussle died, in the same day, we had brothers from around here that died. In the same day, my uncle passed away. So it's kind of one of them things. It's like, I deal with death differently, you know what I mean? Okay. So I'm not the type to sit here and mourn and say, oh man, he was doing so great, he was doing all of these positive things, and I just look at it like, okay, it's the life you live. If we all know the life that he was living,
right?
If you if you, I haven't listened to all of his music, but the music that I have listened to, he's telling you, hey, listen, man, you've been grinding all his life. Yeah, I don't think he was lying, you know. So when I know that when I was living in a certain lifestyle, I was expecting certain things to happen. So when I look and I say, okay, well, we got a guy who was in the streets, regardless of whether he was helping people or not. True. If you're in the streets, you expect street shit to happen.
True.
Now, I don't know the full details of it, but I know as a man, it's two things that you don't want to be called, and that's a bitch and a snitch.
Right.
So when I hear that he was, you know, basically saying that this man was a snitch,
right. That's right.
That's kind of like, that's more than a slap in the face. So I can, living by the street code, whether you a snitch or not, you don't want to be called that. And if you, and what we have now is we have this equalizer, which is a weapon, whether it be a firearm, a knife, or whatever it may be. You know, I've seen people get killed with axes. Not seen, but you know, certain things happen. So now when you have this equalizer, it's like, all right, well, you think you big, I'm gonna show you that you bleed just like I do. And when you're in the streets, street shit happens. So I kind of look at that like, in the philosophy of, hey, you know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Now don't everybody be leaning on me on that crazy shit, because I don't want head. But it's just my version of, listen, man, he was living a certain life.
Right.
Certain things happen. You know what I mean?
No, and I can understand that way of thinking. I totally can.
So what we about to do is, I want everybody to know we about to stop our Facebook Live, and if you want to hear more about Miss Syrea Brown, you're gonna have to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You know, like the post. The whole Nipsey Hussle situation. So are you still with the conspiracy theorists? Are you still with the? No,
I'm not. I'm not with that anymore. You know, with you breaking it down like that, you know, it definitely does make sense. I use the word hating. You know, a hating guy, and the way you broke it down, I could see it through your eyes like that.
Right.
So, and like you say, so I can see it like that. So I don't see it that way no more. But, and when you say
hold up, off of my views?
Yeah, oh, I do. I can understand why you see it that way. I'm a person that's open to saying, okay, this is one situation where I can, yeah. I feel like when you open my eyes to saying that, I guess that does make sense.
From his point of view as a man.
Right.
When he said those two things that a man would
not
be called.
Exactly, especially about what a man wouldn't want to be called.
Right.
I can definitely understand that. Because I came up with family members and guys that I even dated that were in the, you know, in that life, in the streets. So I definitely can understand that. I think it's just a lost period. It's just a lost period with the whole situation, and I don't know. Like I said, it's not even just because nobody deserves to die.
Right.
You know, especially like that. The guy not only confronted, they got to some type of altercation about him being a snitch, but he left, came back, shot him, one dead, came back, shot again, and he kicked him.
I mean, I just know that if I want you dead, I want you dead. I'm not gonna shoot you once and then let you come back to get me.
Right.
So I'm just looking at it like when people are like, well, why would he shoot him and then come back?
But not only that, I don't even think that was fair for him to catch him off guard like that. Nipsey said how he felt as a man about them, and he went.
It wasn't fair?
Nah, I don't. You like I don't feel that was like snake sneaking. If you want to be a man and you want to come up to a man and do that, he told you how he felt. You was a snitch. He came up to you like a man.
Yeah.
Right.
So he caught Nipsey off guard. Nipsey didn't tell nobody where he was at, not his bodyguards, not nothing.
Right.
So that's.
I mean, I understand that, but here's my point of view. When you living in the streets, I'm not gonna give you that opportunity to think about it. So if you call me a snitch today, or you call me and I don't like it, and I feel like I gotta take you out, I'm not gonna come and say, hey, Syrea, guess what I'm about to do to you? I'm gonna catch you off guard. Because if I don't catch you off guard, now I give you that opportunity to catch me off guard.
So do you think that was his whole mentality of thinking? Because then it's this whole thing that with fighting, like, don't be. See, when I used to fight, you know, I ain't never want to sneak nobody. I never started fights because I was more of a lover than a fighter. I always fought if I had to. Right. And I always told myself, if I ever feel like I do have to fight, I don't want to catch nobody off guard. because I don't want to whoop you and be like, they be like, oh yeah, well you called me off guard. No, I want you to know it was a square, it was fair, you knew I was coming for you.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, do you think that if you had to guess, was that his mentality? And so, oh, it's a weak point in front of his store, he think he's safe in his hood.
I don't know. My mentality is this right here. If I want you dead,
That's just it.
that's just it. Ain't no rules in that shit.
So,
you know
so
what I
you
mean?
think he should have been dead over being called a snitch? He should have killed him over being called a snitch, though.
Nah. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that anybody should lose their life, even, you know, for anything such as done as that. You know what I mean? If you let somebody get to your head by calling you a name, I mean, if he was a snitch, if he wasn't a
The
snitch,
power,
like,
they got power on you.
Right.
They got
Exactly. You don't let nobody live in that space for free.
Exactly.
But what
That
I
goes
look
to
at,
like mental illness in our community and all of that.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother.
I just look at it like if in the rules of engagement, there are no rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my dad always told me that though. There
Ain't no rules to
And
fight.
that's the part that I can agree with.
If me and you fight right now, and you hit me on top of my head with a
that's
bottle,
true.
and then I tell everybody, well, she only won because she hit me on the head with a bottle. Like, nah, there are no rules to this shit. I have to expect the unexpected. You know what I mean? So like, when I tell people like, don't think that you're gonna go to a fist fight and it end up just with a black eye or bloody nose.
That's true.
You could end up in the hospital. You could end up dead,
Yeah.
or somebody else could end up dead because of your actions. You know what I mean? So I just look at that like there are no rules in that shit. So the whole situation to me, it's understandable. It's two street niggas. Everybody say, oh man, he wasn't this. How do you know this? You know what I mean? Like when I always question people. I'm just listening to Nipsey Hussle's music. I'm just listening to his way of life, and I can tell that he's a street nigga.
Oh yeah,
Alright,
exactly was.
Just seeing the dude Eric Holder, I'm understanding that he's a street nigga too. Whether he was a snitch or not, these are two people living in the streets. This is the type of shit that happens. So if you don't want this to happen, I look at somebody like like DJ Khaled or Snoop Dogg. Everybody knows Snoop Dogg holds it. You know, Snoop Dogg is a straight up G. You know what I mean? But I can promise you, Snoop Dogg is not in the streets. He on Nickelodeon. He making cooking shows and shit. You don't have to worry about seeing Snoop Dogg getting shot up in the middle of Compton because he knows that this type of shit.
And Snoop is also he's older.
Yeah. Even though still, because even as you get older, you're gonna have more people that dislike you. You're gonna have more haters.
That's very true.
Right, like as you say, more people that misunderstand you. So now, you're gonna have more people that wanna take you out. Right? So now if they wanna take you out and you giving them that opportunity, it's like I had somebody say to me like that they thought that I was scared. Right? And I tell them it's not about being scared. It's about me knowing my surroundings and me being cautious.
Of course,
right?
It's
exactly.
a difference.
Definitely being smart.
Difference.
You know, so I'm not scared to go out to no club.
Right.
But I know the situation. I always tell people I'm gonna make it home. So now I don't want to have to take nobody's life to make it home. I don't want to have to get into no scrapple to make it home. I just want to make it home. So you know what? If it's to the point where I gotta take a gun somewhere, then guess what? I just don't go. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I feel like, okay, listen, my life is being threatened because of something small, like, you know what? For one, I'm gonna try to get to the understanding because that's why I always say the hatred. When you say like people hate on you or things like that, it's always a misunderstanding. If they know you and they know the struggle and they know the pain and everything that you went through, they'll look like, God damn, you know what I mean? Like, why did I not like it? You know what I mean? So it's one of them things where it's always a miscommunication with our people where we don't want to communicate. We don't want. I want to hear shit you got. If I don't fuck with you because you got pink hair, I don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? That's as simple as that. So it's always like now a miscommunication, which we need to really break that down and really start communicating with each other.
Oh,
This is what this show is about.
That,
you know what I mean?
And that's why I love what you're doing because you are so right. And like I tell my 16-year-old little brother, and even that one over there, there you go. I tell him, you know, the communication, especially for the black man, is you guys are not taught to communicate.
Right.
You guys are raised and bred to not even show emotion. You know what I'm saying? Because you're strong, your melanin gives you strength, and that's all you got to rely on. And you got to go out here, you got to do this, that, and the third, make a life and work. So it's no time or no room for no emotion. So we're not on no emotion. you can't communicate because I can't tell you I'm hurt.
Right.
You as a black man, you can't go to and be like, man, I'm hurting about X, Y, and Z. And I think that.
But I do. So I mean,
Right.
I'm different.
Yeah, you got some.
Yeah.
You do got some. But you do have a lot of young black men that don't know how to communicate.
Right. I mean, and I always say that's where we came up wrong. You know what I mean? We done seen our fathers not show emotion.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, well, a man is not supposed to show emotion. I believe that a man is man, woman, all alike. So you can show emotion. Why can't I show emotion?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I feel like this is one of them things where we have to break that barrier. You know, we have to start communicating with each other. We got to start. And I tell people, listen, if you don't like what I say, I'm not gonna be, you know, I'm not gonna stop what I'm saying.
Right.
But it's no problem with you telling me that I ain't agree with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So and then we can agree to disagree. You know what I mean?
You can agree to disagree.
Without coming to a physical altercation or even an argument. It's like, all right, well, look, that's your point.
Exactly.
That's my point. Like, I listen to you. You listen to me. Like, okay, cool. Let's sit back, smoke, drink, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to go to the point where it's like, I don't fuck with you no more because you don't agree with my ways.
It doesn't always
7 billion people out here not gonna always agree.
Exactly, and that's what we definitely have to understand.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to like you, agree with you, and you just agree to disagree. It doesn't always have to result. And just be okay with it. I had to learn that myself.
Well, Tiff got some questions, so we
You asked a couple of them. You asked a couple of them. So, he basically asked, how did you get started? So we answered that. We were going to discuss the Nipsey Hussle. So let me get to, you told us about your kids. So are you into fashion?
I am a little bit. I know we talk about that a little bit. I'm not a fashion guru, okay? But I have my own style, and my sisters, they both know that. Because they'll like certain things, and I'm like, ugh.
You come from a big family?
I do. I come from and we're very, very close.
Okay, that's good. That was another question.
We're very close. I have I'm the oldest. I have 2 younger sisters and a younger brother. I actually grew up with my little brother's mother. Okay. And she was in a situation where we just had to take over since he was 3 months, and now he's 16. But so I came up. But me and my family, we are pretty big, but we're very, very close. I'm very family oriented.
Right.
My sisters are my best friends. But so as far as fashion, yes, I like what I like. And it takes me when you get older to not get into all that, oh, well, she got this, I want that.
I see you got all that. That's always the boots, the jewelry, and...
Oh, this is always me. And always gold. Okay. And always, I love gold jewelry. I am, yes, I am a little... I'm not high maintenance, because girl, I bought these from like Charlotte Russe for $5.99. Like, let's be clear.
Right. These
jeans are fashion over. Like Cardi B say, I can wear designer, but this fashion over fits. Right. Okay? But, you know, I'm more of a frugal spender anyway. So I feel like whatever I think look cute, that's what I wear. That's what I rock. Right. Okay. That's me.
I don't feel like you have to have name brand to be stylish or be, you know, I feel like that don't have to make you.
Yes, and that's so played out.
Yes, people think that, you know, oh, I got this, let's see, I got this.
Exactly.
That make, you know, that makes you
somebody.
Yeah,
that makes you somebody.
Yeah.
Girl.
So, do you have a love interest?
Like, do I have somebody in my life right now?
No. No.
I'm single as a dog finger.
Everybody know that she's single. Hit her up in the inbox. It's one of the ones you get in the inbox all day long.
Please.
SYREA Brown, the color brown. Hit her up in the inbox.
So look, I just got out of a situation. I just got out of a relationship situation like about a month ago. And I'm good. I'm good now. I mean, I crack my little tears, listen to a little weight, took I'm over it. I got to keep it pushing. Shit, I'm 33. I'm like, I think I got goals.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not. You know how women feel. I got clock ticking. I wouldn't mind. This single life is so. It has its perks.
It does.
But, you know, I get to come and go as I please. I'm gonna come and go as I please anyway. But you know, when you're in a relationship, you try to you form a lot of respect. But I don't, you know, now top of the porch. Nobody get to do what I want, but you come home and you're like, I'm bored, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I'm 33, it's just like, my father be putting the pressure on me. And he does it in a jokingly way. He'll always call me each birthday, because I just got out of a situation, but that was like the first situation since my daughter's father. And me and him broke up when she was 3, she's 11. And, because I'm very picky.
Right.
That's good though. That's a good thing.
No
Girl, yeah, and especially when she was younger, I didn't want all types of men coming around her.
Right.
But he always coming around, happy birthday, baby, getting up there, yeah. How you feeling that? Yeah. And this way me and my mom, I'm like, nigga, I'm good. Good, yeah, let me alone. But, you know, it's not like they ain't coming knocking in the DMs and my, but you gotta come with something. But I was thinking about even doing something like that on Garage, so like a dating game type of thing.
Almost like
I
a
didn't
dating
for myself,
show.
right? Because I have a few cousins. You know how when your mother's friends, they grew up together and then they kid y'all cousins.
Right.
I got plenty of cousins that don't have anybody, and I said, man, I should put together like a matchmaking thing, because I've hooked a couple of people in my family together with, and they last.
That's good.
And I'm like,
I wouldn't be good at that.
no.
Me neither. Me neither.
I mean, hook somebody up with that. Don't come holler at me. That's all I'm
and that's how I say. I be like, I ain't into this matchmaking thing
Right.
because I don't want to.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Once I get to, I like to know people. See, when people, I like to talk to people, and see me, I like to listen. And see, when you listen, you get to know people, and then you're like, you know what? I got a friend. My latest hookup. They've been together for a year. My good girlfriend, Brittany. I was trying to get her to a Redskins game. Come tailgate with me. I asked me tickets. I said, look, come tailgate with me. I don't feel like it's early. So I get there. I meet this nice gentleman who's a friend of the guy that I know. I said, girl, if you don't get here, he gonna be mine. I'm gonna get your ass here, and I'm just like, these cougars, these older, they older than me, because
they know what time it is.
And I had to sit with him and talk with him. And when I tell you, good dude, and I knew she's got that icy attitude, and I was like, you contain that.
Yeah.
Sure enough, here we are, a little over a year, and they are talking about things that I've never heard of, talking about marriage, babies.
Matchmaker.
Yeah.
I like to call myself that. I've done it for a few people. That's my latest situation.
I get more dudes in my inbox trying to holler at my sister than anything. Like, hook me up with this name. Hook yourself up.
Right.
What the hell I look like? I mean, I had to whoop your ass.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like you really don't want to do it right now. Yeah, so I'm a free agent, but you gotta come with your ducks in a row. When I say come with your ducks in a row, come on.
Yeah, this thing.
Yeah, it ain't no big thing, cause I ain't gonna lie or fake. I live in the house with my family. I moved back in with my mother 3 years ago, down here in Water from PG County. My mother, she needed the help, and then I could use the help with saving money.
Right. I think we need to get back to that. You know what I mean?
People you put down for, oh, she still live with her mother, oh, she did.
And not to be racist or anything, but
Spanish
people
do it. Yeah.
Right, and that's why they got so much damn extra money to do other things, to make these businesses, to have restaurants and to have grocery stores, and that's why we don't, because we so
busy on trying to
I gotta be on my own.
I got my own house. And you got so many people out here with, $50,000 cars paying somebody else more.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They don't understand. So I got a buddy who put in my head, this was years ago, he's like, man, why wouldn't you get a house, a 5-bedroom house, and have your sister and, have such and such, and y'all split, you know what I mean? You got enough land to do these things, and that's kind of what, everybody, until you can establish that you can get on your own, you know what I mean?
Did y'all hear about that guy in Texas that did that? He parked this land, made a big ass house, had his sister, her family, everybody had their own portion of the house. Had the first person to do that, like
shout out to the Thorntons, because I done seen y'all do that big ass houses that look like apartment buildings in Bryan's Road.
Yeah, and this man did it. So they all have houses that are connected on this big land. They got movie theater, pool, all this. And my dad was talking about that years ago, and he was like, look, see, we could have did that. Yeah. He talked about moving to Texas and doing that. So.
That's what's
But that's what, as a black woman, stop talking down for people trying to get situations.
You know what I mean? Yeah, because I see it just on the internet, especially, or in conversation, and be like, I ain't with my mother, I'm on my own, this and that. And then it looks so glamorous on the internet, and then if you get to know that person, you already know that person.
They struggling.
Girl, they're struggling. You go in their house, ain't got no furniture.
Right.
Yeah. You got this house, and you ain't even got no couch to sleep on. Like, your bed is on the floor. Yeah. Nah. And, you know, God has used me since I built my mother. He has used me so much. So it's been a blessing for all of us in the house.
So the next question is, do you travel?
Do I travel? I do. I love to travel. I'm gonna say this, and it's kind of funny. I love to travel. If I could travel more, I would if my expenses allowed it. But I travel. I've been to some places.
What's your favorite place that you've been?
Oh, girl, because I ain't really been over there. I would have to say right now, we gonna speak today, it'd probably be Miami.
Okay.
I would go back to Miami 100 times. I loved it out there.
Everybody like Miami.
Miami and Atlanta. Atlanta, the people out of Atlanta are different.
They are. I used to live out there.
I love it. Yeah.
Shout out to my man Goop in Atlanta. He coming up here, he do the tattoos and everything.
For real?
Oh yeah.
When he coming? Cause I need some
tattoos. Bring your tools.
Yeah. Oh nah, he comes and he does. Like, do your whole you got this like $200 tap out there. Where like they do whatever you want on your arm for $200 until you say, hey look, I can't take no more.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah. They do the whole sleeve, you know, it put it on your back, you do color, and he vicious.
That's what's up. I believe it. Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, what would you tell your younger self if you could give her some advice?
I tell a lot. But if I had to pick something, I would tell my younger self, that's a good question. I like that question. Probably the first thing that pops up in my head, and I think about this even right now, and I'm 33, is to not care what other people think about you.
Okay, and why is that?
That is because I think that a lot of things didn't happen sooner for me because I was always so worried about what people thought about me.
Right.
I feel like
You probably be around people too, right?
I'm sure, yeah. And family too.
Right.
And that's no shade. It's coming up, it was the outsiders, what they would think about me, and also my middle sister is a good example of she's never cared what anybody thought. And I told her, I am so jealous.
I think that's a middle child thing, because I'm the same way.
She's never cared. I always wish I could be like that. Me, even with my family, I always did things that made them happy. And I did rebel in my high school years, then I came right back full circle, because even before that, my mother would tell you I was the perfect child. And then after that, I came back in and I did everything they wanted that they thought would make them happy. And it wasn't just them, but it was just I just didn't want, I did everything or was scared to think, what would they think if I did that? Or what if I did this? Even when I first started the acting thing, I had one or two people say, girl, you're too old to just be getting back into this. I was at an age where I ain't paying that shit no mind. I was just like, yeah, that's a bunch of baloney.
Yeah, what's that lady from? Was 80 that did in Black Panther?
You never too
old.
Tell me I'm too old.
You gotta lie.
I ain't young as I once was, but what that country song say? You say some shit like, I ain't as young as I once was, but I'm as young once as I'll ever be.
As I'll ever be.
Yeah.
So,
genuine.
Hey.
That's definitely what I would have just, don't worry about what people think about you. Now I'm at the point I know.
The last thing, what would you tell? Well, it's one more after this. What would you tell people who get discouraged that want to get into acting?
They get discouraged. Don't. You gotta know what you're good at and what your passion is. So yes, you'll get discouraged. Discouraged is like when the devil throws all these types of things at you so you don't succeed. Like mama might get sick, or baby daddy doing this, or boyfriend, or whatever the case may be. You can't. If it's for you, it's for you.
Right.
And if it's for you, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
Don't get discouraged. You gotta know what's for you. You gotta know what your, and I even tell my 11-year-old daughter, you know what your purpose is. Once you figure out what your purpose is,
can nothing stop that?
Nothing can stop it. Nothing. And once I figured out my purpose, it was like nothing or nobody was gonna get in my way of that. But then you start to find that your purpose is a couple
things. And the last question, do you believe in God and why?
I do.
Okay.
Hold up. I mean, cause
he always want to ask us. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, cause it's like a deeper, like I believe in God too, but it's like a different. Like everybody got their own thing about God. You know what I mean? So like. You gotta break that down. Because everybody believes in God. I don't think there's nobody out here that says, I don't believe in nothing. I ain't gonna say everybody, but
it's a couple of us.
Yeah, like, I don't believe, man. I don't believe in shit. Like, you don't stars. This shit just spots in the sky.
Right.
You know, so you gotta break that down, your beliefs.
I'm spiritual. You can't put me in a box. I came up Christian. I'm no longer Christian.
Right, okay.
I don't want to be in that box.
Right.
I'm not Christian, I'm not Muslim, I'm not Buddhist. I'm spiritual.
Syrea. Right?
I am Syrea. Right. Okay? I've read the whole Bible, the whole Holy Bible, the New Testament. I've read the whole thing. I've read pieces from the Quran as well. Because it was just another religion when I was just trying to find myself that I just wanted to take from. So I am spiritual. So yes, I do. I pray every day. And I believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for me. That is my belief. But you're not gonna put me in that boat as a Christian. Right. Because I like to take some followings or some faiths from like I kind of connect with both the Quran and the Holy Bible. I connect kind of with both.
Both good books.
Yes. So and the best thing is, especially for our people, Black people, we come up most of the time Christian, Christian church. So then you think, I have to be Christian because I can't be Christian. No, you don't. It's your job at 18 or whatever age, whatever age that your parents don't have to oversee you and make you do. For you to do your own reading and your own research, for you to have an understanding. Right. You can't just follow what your family has raised you to do. Right. Because that might not be for you. Right. Might not be for you, you know what I'm saying? And I came up in church and it was lovely. I watch me some bedside Baptists sometimes, but I do my own reading and my own research. Right. And my own searching. So yes, I do. I pray every day. I wear my cross for a reason. But I will break this down just a little bit. What did get me out of the whole box of the Christian thing, they are the biggest
hypocrites.
Everybody says that.
No, I'm serious. Oh God. And it is not about the Christian faith, because I love all people. I love you, whatever. But they are the most judgmental. And it's just like this, y'all. It's just like being in high school. And let's just say it's 9th grade, you a tadpole in a big pond, right? And you trying to figure out, as you go on the years or whatever, or the days, you trying to figure out who do I want to be, who do I want to hang out with. Right. You get with that clique, they negative. They negative. You get with that clique, they bougie. They bougie. Right. You get with that clique, and that clique might be just for you. It's just like maybe a blend. Right. Because I don't like bougie folk. I don't like when you walk around like your shit don't stink. But I like to keep one or two around me. Because I feel like if I surround myself with just the people that see life the way I do, then you can't learn.
Right. True. You gotta be able to learn.
You keep them. Right. You know how you gonna keep them? Oh, we can have a drink here and there, or whatever the case may be. We can meet up here and there. But I wouldn't call them my friend. Right. Hey, we cool. So no, I'm not going in that category because I don't want to be identified as that. Yeah, they are so judgmental and critical.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That is what's up.
Yeah.
Well, look, we all know we're going to catch Miss Syrea Brown at Crosson High School this Saturday. She got 2 different shows. So we definitely, you don't make one, make the other. This is going to be a popping event where you can see the actress herself and her work. If you don't catch that show, I know I watched so much stuff on YouTube that it was ridiculous. You got a lot of stuff on YouTube.
I do.
Tell them your YouTube channel and your Instagram.
So my YouTube channel is Rhea Time 86. I haven't really filmed on my YouTube yet, but I've done a lot of work on YouTube.
Okay. Right.
I used to call myself the queen of YouTube because Yeah, I'm bald.
Okay.
And you can
Good and bad.
check out Garage Talk.
Yes, Garage Talk on, we go live right now. You can definitely tune in live on my Facebook.
Thursdays, right?
On Wednesdays.
Wednesdays. Okay.
Yes, Wednesdays. On my Facebook, Brown Syrea, or my Instagram, I go live, Rhea_time_86. Or we have the Garage Talk Instagram page.
Okay.
Where you can come and listen, and we talk about everything. So every Wednesday.
Alright, well, look, we appreciate you coming, Mr.
I
Ray.
appreciate y'all having me. I had a ball. This is
Yeah,
fun.
like we definitely gonna try to invite you back.
Yes.
We definitely gonna support in any way we possibly can.